Alright, and now it's time for, I guess, our main event, I could say. It's time for the 2600 showcase, and we're starting with a good one. Har har har. Oh god. Why?
Time for the Atari 2600 mega video.
Fuck me. I didn't want to play this again.
Honestly, this isn't that bad.
I still didn't want to play it again.
No, I'm just saying because this game is mediocre, sure, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as people say it is.
Alright, now I know that I'm looking for fucking Christ. Ugh. No, it's not the worst, but, my god. You fall in pits for, with nothing most of the time.
What's Elliot doing?
I don't know. Okay. There is a part here. Good to know. Hey, guess what? Pac-Man is actually in the fucking list. Oh my, fuck you. Right, you can actually stop yourself from completely losing your health by actually... God damn it. Fuck.
He was right outside, wasn't he? Oh, nope, he fell right back in.
Ah, no! Get up there, E.T. Piece of shit.
Oh, your score is your health? I didn't know that.
Yep. It is.
Well, better stay away from the FBI guy, then.
Okay, no point here.
I just realized that that's supposed to be a forest.
Yep. I mean, it is the Atari. You have to have a lot of imagination. There is no peace in this screen. No! No, no, not the scientist.
It's like, my thing is that I don't like, while this game isn't bad, it also just doesn't deserve it doesn't deserve the title of being the game that caused the crash.
Oh my god. It doesn't, but goddamn these pits.
Honestly, it wasn't just this game. It was just the saturation of all the mediocre games for the platform.
Yeah, I know. Oh no! It is so frustrating.
Oh, and he takes your pieces too. Shit.
He takes pieces of the phone. Sure, that was oh no, that's to call Elliot, actually. Damn it! Okay. You have the complete phone, we need to find the alien symbol now. Ah, and there's the fucking... I think I saw the alien sign earlier, but I forgot where it was exactly. Ah, you piece of shit!
Help! I am currently suffering in the mines of shitball heaven. Please help me! This is the guy signing up.
Hell yeah, take my butterfingers! Oh my god.
And you got captured.
You can actually save yourself from. Oh my. No, you're not getting another piece, you goddamn asshole.
Wow, the
There,
FBI really doesn't want any of your shit.
Yeah, if you get the number 3 here, you can actually use that to get rid of the guys. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Alright, where's the last freaking piece?
Where did that asshole throw it?
You get out of here.
I'm assuming one of those is supposed to be Elliot's house.
Okay, there's the alien symbol. It's in the screen with the 4 things. Okay, good to know. Where's the number 3? Where's the number 3? God damn it! Ah! Jesus Christ. Feel like I'm running in circle, and that's probably because I am. Oh my god. Go up, Edie! For fuck's sake. Can't believe I'm trying to play this game legit, and I lost another piece, you fucking asshole!
To be fair, with the amount of health you have left, are we really gonna finish this at this rate?
You do have some lives. God damn it! Stop falling! There's no peace here. Alright. Yep. Healed a little bit by Elliot. Gone! Aki sent it to Guy for the bits. We probably will soon, honestly. Alright, there's a piece. Alright, let's just get captured. That doesn't steal your parts, at least. God! Yeah, with good reason. That port is, much trash. Forgot, if you get the circle, you can actually eat some of the Butterfingers to restore your health. Okay, this is the point where you would get to your ship, but of course the fucking asshole just spawns. If only I could remember where the stupid interrogation marks were. You fucking jerkbot. Why you have to steal my shit? I haven't done anything to you. I'm just dying. Oh my god. Leave me alone. Trying to collect phone pieces. Hello, Spurious. Welcome to this fucking thing. Hello?
How do you break free from the...
You just have to run, basically. You hold the button and you move in a direction. Oh my god! I still haven't lives! Frick! Why am I still alive?
How many jelly beans is he feeding you?
I don't know. Well, fortunately I stumbled in a part, so here we go.
Thankfully, Spurious, I believe we're doing all the Atari games in one full video because they're...
Oh my god! The fucking detective again! Spawned for a frame! Ah! My god!
You just took your last piece, didn't you?
Alright, am I dead? Please tell me I'm dead. Thank God! E.T. I can't believe E.T. is fucking dead. And the only reason why I have so many points is that, I gave some butterfingers to Elliot. Okay, next game in the list of our Atari 2600 showcase is actually a decent game, as far as I remember.
It's adventure, isn't it?
Not quite yet.
Oh no, it's Pitfall.
Yeah. Good old Atari sounds. Yep.
I love the Easter egg for this that they have in Pitfall the Mayan Adventure, where once you beat the game, Pitfall Harry's dad is still the Atari sprite.
Damn it. Thought they would close sooner than this. Damn it! Alright, let's... Alright, it's Atari. You need to press the reset switch to actually restart. Sorry, game, I forgot.
Which I don't think you had mapped to something yet.
Yeah, so I just used the regular reset button. Alright.
And then there's left difficulty, right difficulty, and then a freaking black and white toggle switch. I know why, but...
It was the late 70s, early 80s.
I know,
God
I know,
damn
that's why I
it.
said I know why.
Well, I spawned on the right side. Damn it. Couldn't jump over the scorpion. Alright.
Super Pitfall would have been a much better game if they just remade this.
Oh, great. Time to die. Ah, somehow did it. Hooray!
Don't question it.
Money!
Isn't that because you basically went in a full loop, or...?
Could be. Okay, those barrels don't kill you, they just make you lose score.
Yeah.
Which, being Atari, is the only thing that really matters, so yeah. Might as well just get Divine. I know that the PS2 Pitfall game had this and Pitfall 2 that were unlockable later on.
The reason I brought up the Pitfall the Mine Adventure one is because you're playing as Pitfall Harry's son in that one.
Yay! Well.
and the reason I like it so much is because the joke being that Pitfall Harry's still using the old sprite 20 or 30 years later.
Oh boy. Alright, so next up is another classic. Oh. God. Okay.
Q-Bert on the Atari 2600 looks atrocious. Even for the Atari.
Alright. I didn't think the game had already started. I'm just gonna say right now. Yeah, not what I wanted to do at all.
I'll give them this. The fact it's even running on the system is surprising, but
Damn it!
that's about all I can say for it, though. Gotta flip the reset switch.
Ah, those Atari noises. Alright, we're not yet up to the levels where you have to color a bunch of shit.
They used all the animation on the sprite of the player.
Pretty much. Oh god, I just noticed that this fucker removes the colors.
Yeah, instead of changing the color to a different color, it just removes the color altogether.
Didn't mean to do that.
Set up in the 45-degree angle orientation too, right?
Yeah.
Which makes it much more confusing.
I mean, right is down right, and left is up left. That's.
I mean,
that's a thing.
I know why they did that, because again, the whole being accurate to the arcade version, but
well, that is Q-Bert on Atari 2600. Next we have a game that I've seen played on Commodore 64, but I haven't seen on 2600. Where is it? There we go. It's Wizard of War.
I already tell you right now, there's no voice clips, but that's a given.
Yeah, obviously.
Also, so that way they have most of the sprites on there, they have to flash all the sprites.
Makes sense.
Due to the amount of pixels you can only have on the screen at one time. Why did it set up a 2-player game?
I have no idea.
I know Doom Cup, and I'm trying not to be very nitpicky with 2600 stuff, even if it sounds like I am.
Damn it.
It's just, for the novelty back then, for having the game, it works, but as technology improved, I feel like the rest of time just moved on.
Oh god! Ah! Atari flashing! Help!
Oh, that was supposed to be the Wizard of War. Also, seizure warning, aka probably need to put an image over that.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a thing with the Atari.
This was back before people knew about seizures.
Pretty much.
And that's not even a joke, that's just, it wasn't on their radar at the time.
Damn it! And the thing is, I can't actually control the second player. So we're just stuck in limbo, I guess.
Developers. Well, here's the thing, Spurious. Most of the Atari games, almost, I think, 75 to 80% of their library was either made by Atari or Activision.
Apparently, I accidentally pressed the reset switch. I'm not sure how, but that's Wizard of War.
There are much better versions of this game. In fact, the second Commodore 64 version has the voice clips, so...
Yep. Anyways, next up is Enduro.
Yep,
no idea what that
correct,
is.
Eric.
Alright.
Yeah, when you think about it, V for Vanarchy, V-Anarchy, it's not surprising that this led to a video game crash, because most of these were, on the surface, on the surface they were probably okay, but when you think about it, they're really subpar. Most of the games. Most of the reason that people think of Atari so fondly is the nostalgia, which isn't a bad thing, but
Oh god.
when you think of it from a critical standpoint, it's not surprising that this caused the video game crash. This plus the lack of quality control.
Yeah. Ah! We have ice physics!
This has to be one of the first times a game has had ice physics. This has to be the first game to include ice physics.
Actually, no, I thought there was ice physics, but there really isn't.
Never mind then. Statement redacted.
Unless it's just on the turning points. Alright.
Yeah, Eisen, that's the thing. The crash happened because the bin basically just overflowed. Sooner or later, they would have had the crash anyways. It's just, as time moved on,
God damn it! It's really hard to
realized
control.
the problem with all this, so...
Now it's super fucking dark. Good.
Oh wow, the only thing you can see are their quote-unquote headlights. That's a rude game.
That's actually kind of nice, though. It's a
It
nice
is, but
touch.
it's also rude. I thought the Purina game was an Atari game that Purina reskinned.
I mean, even the Quaker Oats company had made games on the Atari, and now we have Fog. I guess. Damn it!
It is Fog, according to Meaty. Again, like someone said before, the Atari 2600 had some really good capabilities. It's just most of the games never used them.
Okay, now the
just
little
for-
car is flashing.
just
I don't know
for-
what that means.
Or just for really, really, Akira wasn't even out when this game came out, though.
Frick!
Like, I get your joke.
I guess that means I lost. Well, I made it to 20th position. I guess that's good enough.
You know there was a version of pole position for the Atari 2600?
I wouldn't be surprised. But, speaking of things on the Atari 2600, here's, Donkey Kong by Coleco.
Yeah, Coleco did the port. Because this is before Coleco basically licensed the MSX hardware.
Well, it was also to make a bunch of money selling the games.
True. Well, it's like, Coleco didn't start out as a rival to them. They released games for Atari. It's just, once they found out about the MSX craze happening in Japan, they licensed the hardware and were like, yeah, let's get on this. Oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they? But here's the thing, the MSX the MSX quote unquote, because it's actually the Coleco version. Which is the reason I lump them together is because the ColecoVision is basically a modified MSX.
I see.
Most of the chips, even, are from the MSX. Not the... I think the sound generator might have been different, but I don't remember. And I'm talking the MSX1, not the MSX2, because that was much later. Also, before anyone asks, the MSX was a, Japanese computer. It was,
Yep.
if anyone remembers it, it was the system that the first Metal Gear game was on.
Yep.
Albeit the MSX.
And the second one as well. All right.
And that weird vampire, and that weird game for, and that weird port of Castlevania. Which even then it wasn't even a port; it was just a reimagining, basically. Also, like most contemporary ports of the time, this doesn't have all the levels.
Yep.
Seems like it only has 25 meters and 100 meters.
Yep.
I bet you the ColecoVision version probably has at least 25, 75, and 100. No version had the Pi Factory until Donkey Kong 94, so...
And that's it.
Yes, Eisen.
So yeah, there's actually a homebrew port of Donkey Kong on 2600 that uses the graphical capacities much better. And for anyone that has watched shows that involves game noises in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, they use noises from this a lot. I'm not sure why that is, but it sure is a thing. Anyways, continuing on the 2600 showcase.
I think, can we really consider the first Metal Gear NES game a port? Because Kojima had no involvement with that.
So, use your imagination. I'm playing as Popeye on the top left there, and there's Bluto down there.
Gonna say it right now, just play the NES version. This is, at this point, just... Yeah.
I'm not even sure what's shooting.
And a wild Mike has appeared. Hello.
Yes. I
Hello.
was playing Doom Eternal before it spontaneously combusted.
It combusted? What happened?
I think
Oh,
he
the
was
game
making
crashed.
it. Oh.
Speaking
Yeah.
of combustion, we died, so...
Well, that's it for Papa.
Yep. And next up, we have a game that I think will last like a few seconds.
And if you're wondering, Mike, we're doing all the Atari games in one video.
Yeah.
Oh, hey! Isn't this combat?
Nope, this is Skydiver.
I've never even seen this game before.
I like that.
Alright, how do you open your parachute now?
Yeah, because I just see those poor guys getting smushed.
And to reiterate, I don't hate the 2600, it's just, as someone that never grew up with it, I have no memories with this console.
I like that. I just love that. Did you just see them just turn to a puddle of blood?
Unfortunately, V for V Anarchy, this is not in the list.
Yeah.
For that exact reason.
Okay, how did I do that?
Just press random buttons until you figure it out.
You forget that the 2600 controller has only one button.
I know.
Yeah,
but I
that's
mean,
the
as
thing.
in, just maybe it's a button and just hitting some sort of direction on the stick.
You guys remember the Rares of the Lost Ark game that required you to use 2 controllers?
God damn it.
I love that. It's just like, ah! And the other guy just smushes. You're like, yeah, I did it.
Yay!
To be
I got
fair, even with the
points.
to be fair, even with the graphical limitations of the system, this can be fun. It's just, as someone that never grew up with it, I don't really see it.
Guessing
like
you
the
get
AI
more
can-
points if you... there is no AI. There's supposed to be a second player, but it adds
Yeah,
it automatically.
this is one of those really very rare two-player only games.
Actually, there's a lot of those on the 2600.
I like when they do a yay gesture. They just look like one of those Space Invaders. It's like, yeah, I survived. Now I mutate.
Damn it. Damn it. Oh well. And that's it. So basically, this is a two-player game. You play to see who gets the better score between the two for 9 rounds. That's really all there is to it. It can be fun, but as you've seen, it's really goddamn short, though. But in any case, here's a game that's not as short. And I'm probably not gonna be finishing it either. Here is one of the earliest adventure game, which is called, well, Adventure.
Adventure.
You're just a square. I have a arrow. I killed the dragon with my arrow.
Before it can eat you.
Now we're in the blue maze. This reminds me of some screens in VVVVVV.
Well, VVV, the letter V6 times was more based on Commodore 64, though.
I know, but... Yep, this is the first game with an Easter egg. I don't know how to access it, but yeah.
And the reason why it has the Easter egg in the first place is because this was during the time where developers wouldn't let their workers take credit for any of the games they made.
Yep.
This is before the whole credit sequence was a thing.
What the heck is
Oh
this
yeah,
thing?
and then also, yes, and some of you might know the secret thanks to a little movie.
I'll just leave this here. I'll put the arrow here. Now there's too many sprites on screen.
And it's just flailing around like crazy.
Yep, it wasn't only on the NES you had sprite flickering.
The NES at least had a sprite limit per scan line. This is just in general.
Oh god.
Probably should have kept your arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get that again. I'm just gonna get this key first.
But yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to say earlier, some of you might know how to get the Easter egg thanks to a little movie called Ready Player.
Okay, the key doesn't work for
In
me.
the NES days, V for V Anarchy, I want to say that it actually didn't. Some people did use their real names. It depended on the game, honestly.
Or they just use the name Fred Fox.
I think that was a translation error at that point, though.
I mean, there are a lot of things like in Japan mostly. There's a lot of okay, there we go. We killed the dragon. Give me the freaking key. Okay, but yeah. In Japan, you had a lot of things like that, like Yuki-chan's Papa is a good example.
Ah, yes, the guy who did the music for most, if not all, the NES Mega Man games. To this day, I still think we don't know his name.
Damn
Like
it.
his real name, not his pseudonym.
I still say though, I remember I was just looking at some of the box art for some of the Mega Man games in the past, especially when in the Power.
The less we speak about Mega Man 3 PAL, the better.
Well, at least it's not Mega Man 2, pal. He looks a lot like if Lady Gaga dresses up as Meg.
No, I was more saying because of Wily's portrait in the background.
Oh yeah, it's the freaky Wily that looks like he's about to just consume.
Yeah,
all.
with Gamma there too.
Oh, this is a magnet.
You have the chalice.
Now, what do I do
I
with
don't
this?
think-
Oh, return it to the Yellow Castle.
I don't know if that's true, but let's do it.
I mean, we went on an adventure to get this chalice. Of course, we're gonna take it back. Hell yeah!
I wonder how to get the Easter egg. Oh my god!
Seizure!
And that's a soft lock. Well, that was
yeah.
not that long.
Yeah, because it's the end of the game.
That was honestly not that long. Does anyone know how to get the Easter egg? I'm kind of curious now.
Let me check TCRF.
I'm gonna reset. Reset again. And there we go.
Okay, so on difficulty 2 or 3, which means you have to mess with the difficulty switches.
Okay, 2. There we go. What-
Inside the Black Castle catacombs, embedded in the south wall of a sealed chamber, accessible only with the bridge, which is what those bracket things were supposed to be.
Oh god, okay. We have something different here.
Embedded in the south wall is an invisible 1-pixel object. You have to bounce the cursor along the bottom wall to grab the dot. The dot in question is not actually invisible, but it's just the same color of the wall, and it's easily seen when placed in the catacombs passage or a normal wall. Unlike most other objects in the game, the dot is not attracted to the magnet. Bringing this dot to the east end of the corridor below the golden castle while other different colorly objects are present causes the wall object to also become invisible, allowing you to pass into a room
There's a
displaying the
white
words
castle.
created by Warren Robinette.
Alright, give me my freaking spear. There's so many bats.
I mean, this is difficulty 2.
Well, I have the white key now, so I can at least try to. Oh god, it's just flashing.
And of course it spawns the bridge down there too, which is what we need. Oh no, the bat just moves the item. How much you want to bet that the bat can also pick up an item that you're holding?
It probably can. I don't actually.
I mean,
know, though.
it is a difficulty spike. I'll give it that, but it is also kind of rude.
Wait, did the bat picked up the dragon?
The dragon just killed you, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It was being picked up by the frickin' bat. How does a bat pick up a dragon?
Someone clip that, please.
Okay.
Someone clip that, please.
I think that's a good way to actually stop our freaking showcase of the Atari 2600. Oh my goodness.
Also, I'll have to... Let me find that. Oh. Also, this is what you get of why the bat carried the dragon.
Alright.